And you mentioned obviously you were an MMA fighter before. How does it compare? How do the two worlds compare?
They're crazy different, and they have a lot of similarities. So MMA, obviously it's like a one-woman sport, right? You don't really have a locker room with other fight. You're kind of you're by yourself.
Right.
You know, you have a coach that's there training you.
Right.
And focused on you, and you build a team around you. Whereas WWE, we're all kind of a big team. I mean, it's important to work together and stuff like that to put on a good show.
Right.
But they're similar in the sense that they're both mentally and physically tasking, right? They both require a lot. So the transition was interesting for me because I felt like having the MMA background actually helped me in the WWE because I had the natural like intensity, aggression, and just agility and athleticism as well. That you need for wrestling.
Right, yeah, it makes sense.
So the new stuff was like the on-camera stuff and the talking and all that, which I've always liked being in front of the camera.
There's also trash talking in MMA as well.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, now there is. I mean, Conor McGregor made it a thing.
For sure.
Right, fellow Irish lad.
Of course, we've heard of him.
Yeah, of course.
And a lot of people are saying MMA is kind of drifting towards the WWE side of things because Conor has shown that the personality carries so much.
For sure. I mean, like, personality, charisma, stuff like that, it puts people's butts in seats and it sells tickets, bottom line. So I think the MMA world is smart by going in that direction.
Starting to come
you can't go too far, you'll get a little crazy, but Conor's a genius. I mean, he's so well-spoken and it works to his favor.
And what, like, you think you're gonna see more like costumes, characters, storylines, that sort of stuff, like Henry Cejudo, he's almost there. Like, would you say like MMA is drifting more towards WWE or vice versa, WWE towards MMA?
No, I think WWE's the forefront of the sports entertainment world. I think if anything, MMA's maybe drifting a little towards WWE, but I think they need to stay in their lane because the beauty of both of them is that they're different.
Right.
I love watching MMA and I love watching professional wrestling now and sports entertainment. So I like them to still stay different, you know?
And what about then the physical comparisons? A lot of people would probably believe MMA is more taxing because you're actually trying to kill each other, but I have a theory that you could probably get injured worse in WWE because you're maybe not expecting the hits or you're not supposed to be hitting as hard as...
Yeah, I mean, 100%. Obviously, you can sustain crazy injuries in both sports.
Right.
But the more common injuries in MMA are bloody noses, black eyes, welts and bruises and cuts.
Right.
The more common injuries in professional wrestling, the severe injuries are broken necks, fractured backs.
Right.
So
far more serious.
Far more, serious. So I would take a bloody nose any day over, landing wrong on a flip.
It's essentially a higher risk
I think
sport
so,
then.
for sure.